I'm Siobhàn and this is Harrison.
Hiya!
Hiya from eventualmother.com, and we are here at Babi Pur to talk to you about close parent reusable nappies. So all of these prints that you can see are exclusive to Babi Pur. You've got the purple elephants, the striped elephants, and the brand new doughy print. Which one's your favourite, Harrison? This one. Is that because it's yellow? Yeah, and they've all got elephants on them, which is why you know they're Babi Purs.
And that's Babi Pur.
Yay! So we are going to take you through the full range of close parent reusable nappies today. One of our favourite brands, and a brand that we have been using for over 3 years and has seen us through 2 children. You can probably see from a small selection of the close parent nappies that we have on our shelf that I am a true fan, and the majority of our cloth nappy stash is made up of these wonderful things. So within the range you have got newborn, 2 birth to potty and a wrap. We're going to get to these ones in a minute, but first we'll start with the 2 birth to potties, which are a hook and loop version or a popper version, depending upon your preference and also the stage that your child is going through. The birth to potties will see you from £7 to £35, which gives you a true birth to potty range, and we can definitely attest to that because, as I say, we've had 2 children in them. Here we've got the striped elephants on its smallest setting and the doughy in its largest setting, and you can see how big an adjustment, how big a range you've got there. And you'll notice these poppers on the front of the nappy, the rise snaps, and that's where you're going to get your adjustment in the seat length. So you've got 3 settings that you'll just choose and pop depending upon the size of your little one. What you also have on the hook and loop are these stretchy tabs, which is particularly good when your child is first starting to kind of really crawl and move around, and also when they get into the larger end of the range, because it gives you that little bit of extra pull, that little bit of extra give to make sure they are as comfortable as they can be. Our favourite feature of the close parent nappy is definitely the double gusset, and that's present on the full range, including the newborn. You'll notice here that you've got 2 strands of elastic on either side of the nappy, which means that you have got a fail-safe. If anything were to escape the first level, it is definitely not going to make it through the second. That same elastic is also present on the inside of the nappy to keep the inserts in place as well. So let's get to the inserts of these nappies, which are made using bamboo. Very sustainable material and a natural material too. It also has naturally antibacterial properties, which is another kind of security against any nappy rash, as well as being incredibly absorbent, and meaning that this is the perfect nighttime nappy as well as daytime nappy. Now, these have got quite a clever way of affixing to the nappy themselves. You've got a couple of flat poppers on the back of the nappy, and that means that when your baby is lying down on their back, they're not going to have any knobbly bobbly poppers digging into their backs. They're going to be against nice flat poppers, meaning that they are super comfy. And then the front, a more traditional popper, the same poppers that you'll recognise from the front, the rise snap of the nappy. And what you also get, as well as the main insert, which by the way has another run of elastic on the side, making it technically a triple gusset nappy, but you also have this extra booster. Now this is quite clever. It fixes on one end, that's the front end, which means that if you've got a girl and you need the absorbency all the way through the nappy, you can lay it flat, either underneath or on top. We prefer underneath. Or if you've got a boy and you need more absorbency to the front, you can just fold it over and tuck it in. Popper it in place, and again it's further held by that elastic I mentioned earlier. And then underneath those inserts, on the shell itself, you've got another piece of material, which means any moisture that gets through the inserts is going to be channeled again to the middle of the nappy, which is even further protection against leaks. And another thing about the popper fastening nappy, you have 2 poppers on either tab, meaning that when you are fastening it into place, the first popper will hold its size correctly for you, and the second popper is going to hold the alignment, meaning that the nappy stays nice and flat against the tummy, meaning that the wings aren't moving one way or the other, and meaning that there are no wicking leaks for you. So now we'll come to the wrap nappy, which is the same £7 to £35 range as the birth to potty nappies. It has the same lovely hook and loop, the same double gusset, and the same excellent materials, but there are a number of differences. Inside this nappy, instead of that extra piece of material to channel any moisture, you have got a wipe clean surface, meaning that you can use this nappy a few times before it needs washing. All you would need to do is change out the insert that you use. And the size of this is nice and generous, meaning that you can use lots of different types of nappies and inserts inside. And this is going to give you a lovely waterproof layer on the outside. Here are a couple of Tots Bots Bamboozles, which you can also get at Babi Pur. We've got a size 1 and a size 2, both of which fit wonderfully in this nappy. As I say, it is birth to potty, so it's going to go over the little size nappies, and it's also going to go over those big ones for your larger children. Fits really nicely because it is quite a wide, generous nappy. It can shrink down where you need it to, but it's got that extra space as and when you need it to. You've also got a couple of extra flaps of material inside, which is going to keep any inserts you do use in place. And Harrison has joined me to talk to you about the newborn nappy, which is the very first nappy that his little brother Seb ever wore. So all the memories are coming back today. Now, I can't personally speak to how well these work for tiny babies, being that Seb was born at 10 pounds 12, but it certainly fit him wonderfully. Even at that big size, he still had a good amount of wear out of it, and it certainly had lots of smaller settings had he been a more reasonable size. So it's a Velcro nappy, which makes it really easy to put on and get off, especially when you're all fingers and thumbs with a brand new little dot. And you've still got that lovely double leg gusset I mentioned earlier to protect against any leaks. Now, this is a really slim line nappy, even more so than these, which are all also wonderfully slim line. And it has a contoured front panel, meaning it will fit perfectly under an umbilical cord. Inside the nappy, you've got the same wipe clean that you saw in the wrap, meaning that you can use the shell a few times, just changing the inserts, which reduces a little bit of that extra washing that you're going to have with a brand new one. And what I really like about it is the fact that the insert only fixes on one side, that's the front side, meaning that there are no poppers or anything knobbly bobbly at the back for your little one to lie on, so there's nothing uncomfortable, nothing that's going to dig into that brand new skin. These inserts are double-sided, as you'll see, giving you the choice between a stay-dry suede fleece or a natural soya fabric, which is vegetable cashmere. Both work exceptionally well. Just gives you the option to really tailor it to your preference and to your baby's preference, and these nappies work perfectly for more frequent changes and smaller volumes of wee. So there's a quick rundown of the full close parent reusable nappy range. These really are wonderful nappies, our absolute all-time favourite. They're so reliable, so well made and so robust. They're incredibly absorbent, which means they're a perfect night nappy as well as daytime nappy, and they're streamlined enough that they can be worn even by little babies in little clothing sizes without it impacting the fit. They wash exceptionally well and air dry relatively quickly despite how absorbent they are. We tend to pop them over the banister overnight before bed, and by morning they are all bone dry and ready to use. Though during the daytime in a reasonably warm house, these will generally dry within 5 to 6 hours. If you're wanting to speed things up even more, you can actually tumble dry the inserts themselves, though do be aware that you can't tumble dry the shells, the outers, as this may negatively impact the pull in the long run. It's also worth noting when you do wash them, don't use any fabric softener or bleach, as this can reduce the absorbency of those fantastic inserts. But well looked after and well loved, these nappies will see you through at least one child, and I'm sure you'll have many happy memories from using them. Thanks very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment with any questions you may have. We will absolutely get back to you. That's my little one saying goodbye. Do you want to wave?
Bye.
Bye. And goodbye from me too. Thank you very much.